What an awesome intro. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our first crypto battle of the year. My name is Gary FITCHARDT. Many know me as the FX Big Dog. And I'll be hosting this exciting battle. Now, today we're going to ask you to ask as many questions as you need to about trading, and we will answer those during the session. Oh, by the way, I just want to let you guys know that both participants will be trading on ACAP, and you'll find ACAP on TradingView. So let's get started and have some fun. Let me introduce to you. In the one corner, we have MetaVerse. This is MartaVerse. My bad. I've already gone ahead and done a very bad job with that introduction. Now, MartaVerse is a self-taught full-time trader who brings her 4 years of charting experience to the table. Balance the whirlwind of crypto markets, of course, with a busy mom schedule. Marta's passion for charts and technical analysis is outstanding. Now, in the other corner, we have Crypto Sniper, a seasoned trader with over 30 years of experience across Forex, equities, and cryptos. Man, you are busy. Utilizing a unique hunt volatility funnel method. As a founder of Market Sniper, he shares his experience through live trading sessions, monthly webinars, and a vibrant online community. Recognized as the top 100 blockchain and crypto influencer, the Crypto Sniper emphasizes risk management, emotional control, and strategic high-quality trades to optimize success in dynamic world of crypto trading. Let's welcome Marta and Crypto Sniper as we explore their unique insight into today's battle. Good day, traders. How are you guys doing?
Awesome. That music had me pumped. What an intro.
What an intro, right? Absolutely. Now, Marta, you've actually been involved in the crypto market for how many years, and what got you started?
I'd be about more or less 4.5 years.
Okay.
What got me started? Coincidence that turned into absolute love and passion.
Now, coincidence, give us a little more details on coincidence.
Coincidence, was just someone I met on online, actually, a woman, and she just started talking to me about stocks first, and then we figured it's too slow, let's go into crypto, and that's pretty much it.
Now, did you continue to trade crypto through the period of, let's say the quiet period between the 2019 to around about 22? It started slowing down a little bit. Did you continue with crypto?
So I didn't get into crypto till I think it was start of the lockdown. So it would have been 2020, and I was trading crypto pretty much from the get-go. Like I said, it was a very short period before I jumped into. We figured quickly that stock is just too slow. We want to make money quickly.
You're quite right. It's 2024 already. It's like time.
I know, it's mad.
I'm actually still thinking 2022 right now, 2021, but it's actually 24. Man, I am way behind. Now, Crypto Sniper, you have 30 years of trading experience. I'd like to know how you got started and what did you start in? Was it, you've got some Forex, equities, crypto. What got you started first?
My career started in '87. That's how I tend to think of it. I went into the military, which was compulsory in South Africa, and I had an aunt who'd left me some money, and I put it all in the stock market in August of 1987, and I think about 70% of it was gone within a month. It was love at first bite.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. That sounds like the way I started back in '95. So it was exactly that, but mine was in the currency market, and exactly the same thing. As much as I put in, I sort of go in out. All right. Well, you said you did your services in South Africa, right?
Yes, I mean, give my age away, but they didn't have the most sophisticated software, but I actually I had a MS-DOS computer and a 44.6K modem that would dial up, and do a black screen. And there was only, apart from black and white, there was a green colored moving average and a red colored one. That was pre-Windows on MS-DOS. That was my first software tracking. And there was no candles. There was just a line. So yeah, that's pretty basic. And
I've come back. I'm in that same sort of realm where we actually had to print our charts and actually start drawing on our technical analysis on the chart.
Yeah.
We didn't have all the technology today where we can actually do some analysis on the actual screen, not in the currency market. So, so when did you start with the crypto market?
Also, like Martin, obviously a lot later. It was 2016 when I started taking up the baton. I was talking a lot about traditional markets, and we trade a specific setup, as you read out. And people started saying, you're missing a whole bunch of those setups in this market. And I thought this is some gamer token thing for kiddies play, for buying a better gun, for shooting somebody else in some virtual some virtual realm. So I looked down my nose at it for quite a while, and then I thought, man, this seems a lot more serious than I thought. So sort of mid-16s, that was sub 1K Bitcoin, sort of started the year of 17 at $700, I think. So
yeah,
it's not original gangster, but it now starts to feel fairly new, fairly early, but it's not 11 or 12, unfortunately.
Right. Cryptos didn't really get excited until around about 2016. And then it really started getting a little bit more exciting. But so MartaVerse, let me ask you, what is your favorite currency in the crypto world?
Anything that moves. I don't actually have a favorite asset. I will trade everything, anything. I'm in crypto. I'm a full-time trader. I suppose nearly 80% of a trader. I do like to invest long-term, but when it comes to crypto, it is trading-wise, I will not pick a favorite. If there is a volatility, if there is volume, if there is a trend, I'll hop on, I'll extract, and that's me done.
Oh, okay. So anything that moves, you're willing to jump on. Well, we're going to see that
Correct.
today because our first challenge, we have the first challenge is between Bitcoin or Ethereum. So we're actually narrowing it down for you, MetaVerse. And what I call it's MartaVerse. My bad. I keep saying the Metaverse. I think we got the Metaverse.
It's okay. You can call me just Marta. It's just that I have always been known as MartaVerse, and that's just kind of like, a name. But my name, you can call me Marta. It's fine, just for short.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Marta, let's go ahead and take a look at the first challenge. The first challenge for you and Crypto Sniper is going to be choose between Bitcoin or Ethereum and execute a trade. Now we're going to participate together. So you're going to be selecting which one it is you're going to trade in. I would preferably like to have both of you trade separately, right? One crypto, one Bitcoin. So because I'm a gentleman, I'm going to give Marta the opportunity to select the first one, if it's going to be Bitcoin or Ethereum for you.
I think I am going to go with Ethereum.
Ethereum. Well,
Yep.
She's put you on the spot there, Crypto Sniper, with Bitcoin. Are you okay with that?
I'm happy.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and execute the trades. And as you go through it, I would like to go ahead and ask a couple of questions on how you breaking down what made you decide on exactly how you want to trade. So let's go ahead with Crypto Sniper. What is your reasoning behind your entry point, other than we forced you in it?
This doesn't typically reflect how I'd normally trade, what we're doing. The crypto market, so a small disclosure, I suppose, before I make my comment. So currently we're in a bit of a doldrum and a pullback period. We're in an outtake, a macro bull market. However, we having run the previous high, we're now in a pullback. So I'm hopefully showing my screen of the Bitcoin and you can see it.
Yes, you are.
And my assessment, Martha's may be different, but my assessment of Bitcoin, which is what matters to me right now, is that this is some form of a bull flag. My apologies, but we're in the pullback part of that. So there's you might notice I've drawn this structure here, and I'm just flipping in an overlay of that. The other important aspect I mentioned is that there's a 60K here. as a key level of significance. And of course, the high, you've got a 75 as outside the box that you want to see being run. So my overall suspicion, given that I've got a gun held to my head, I wouldn't engage at this point. I'd prefer to buy up top here on the break of the flag, or possibly down here on a revisit. So I would bias to wanting on the bigger time frames to be a buyer. 5 days isn't quite super big. It's medium. It's sort of a 4-hourly, 2-hourly setup. So I don't know whether we're going to get that bright breakouts achieved in 5 days' time. I think quite possibly not. So it's a question then tactically on the shorter time frames, what's Bitcoin going to do between now and 5 days from now? Overall, it's kissed the 60K and it's a reflation, and we think it's sitting at the splitter. You'll note I also put a line halfway through the flag, which is kind of aggregated line of descent. And it's hanging on this. We often find you get half moves. So I'm actually thinking it could get a little bit of a bull move if I was entering today and now, which maybe for the excitement I should do. We might get a little bit of a bull move into the upper half, but there could be a possibility we dip and kiss the 60K over the weekend before we break out as well. So I'm a bit in mixed minds. So I could do a short-term trade now at these levels, looking for a small high, and I'd probably put limits below 60K on a soft weekend to take us to hopefully get to the other side of the channel inside 5 days. So those are my thoughts. So
we had Petra go, but you posting, you're saying, you got to scalp it, mate. So you would think that that's pretty much what you said right there, that that could have a quick scalp to the upside before the market drops back down. So, all right, cool. So that's great. Metaverse, I'm going to say MartaVerse again. But Marta, what is your approach? Bitcoin, sorry, Ethereum.
Ethereum. I am actually agreeing with a lot of things that Sniper just said. We're definitely in a split. It is a totally 50-50. I know a lot of people would be laughing at this because it can only go up or down, right? But it is a case where I am, if I was to scalp, I would nearly go like on a very, very small, like a 1 minute chart, and kind of start picking levels here. And, I decided to just kind of mark it along here because, this is honestly just a YOLO. It does not reflect my style, guys. I just want to really, really pinpoint this. It's not how I would actually trade. I would plan it on a high time frame and wait for my entry. I am very strategic. I don't jump. I don't chase. I always make sure that I have a plan and a validation well planned ahead. My notifications set. So I am expecting this trade to kind of go into a minus for a while. I'm hoping my stop loss is enough to cover for the bounce to come, because on a high time frame, even just we're looking at a couple of days from here. So I am hoping that we will see a shorter bounce from these levels. I don't use any indicators at all. I kind of just use tools.
Price action.
Price action is my king. Liquidity, money, where I see money, where I think makes most sense for the market.
You're sounding like my wife. She just wants to see the money. That's all she wants to see.
But that's what it's about. What else is this about? We want to make money in this market, right? So yeah, I kind of have had a quick look. It does make a lot of sense for Ethereum to come down even to 2,500 here, or even 2,300. And realistically, these are exactly my trades where I would be looking to enter and place my bids. We don't have that time. We don't have that luxury. I cannot wait for the trade to, unfold for that many days. So YOLO, like I said, I'm hoping for a quick retest once again of the level here and just sweep the highs. I will evaluate my target in the days to come. Let's see how it goes, but up and then back down.
Okay. All right, good. So both I know both Marta as well as Crypto Sniper. They've got a unique strategy. Obviously, we put you on the spot to go ahead and trade, and we'll discuss a little bit more about how you manage your risk when you put into trade. But you both are trading for a charity today. So let's go ahead and talk about that charity. Marta, if you want to start first, what is the charity of your choice?
So I have picked Changing Horizons, and these guys are close to my heart because they're a charity that a friend of mine is part of, and it is a very personal journey for him. He was involved in crypto and went through a dark period of life where crypto became a bit of uh, yeah, it wasn't great because he lost a lot of money. He was depressed. He had very dark thoughts. I think a lot of people will relate and have related. It's not something that is talked about a lot, unfortunately, but I think it has to be highlighted. Our mental health is our health, and we have to look after it. And these guys help people that are in crypto and have went through dark periods like this, and support them. So Changing Horizons is my choice.
Well, that's wonderful, and you're quite right. We don't really when we talk about the crypto market, we just think about the money, the profits, the trading, the excitement, but we don't realize that there are people out there that have gone some ups and downs, especially for those that bought at the high when the market before the market had that 50-60% drop. So it's hurt a lot of people. In the same time, it's helped a lot of people. So that's fun. That's fantastic. All right, Crypto Sniper, your charity of choice. Give us some information on that.
Yes, so I'm an African. I still identify as an African. I sound like a LEG skit there, but yeah, give water, give life. I'm a massive believer, and to the greatest detoxificants we can ever take. It's a great shame when people consume water and it's disease riddled or it's unclean. And it's one of the most basic givers of life, and having access to clean water should be one of the first fundamentals for a fellow human being. So I'd like to see the African continent, which has such such complexities to it, but clean water for people like that little kid right there in the picture.
Yep, well, that's fantastic. Well, for anyone who's wanting to know, all the charities of their choice are down below in the description down below in this video. Make sure you go ahead and check it out. It's all for a good cause, and of course, the trading today, all the profits today will be going to those charities. And another thing here, just quickly before I move on to the second challenge, did you get your trade in, Crypto Sniper?
Yes, I did. I'm busy tinkering with my take profit. So I am a very, very lugubrious $10.40 to the good.
Woohoo! Let's celebrate. Let's break out the champagne. Oh, that's later. Okay, let's
I'll be buying Marta a burger cheering her up.
Yeah, the Burger King burgers prices have gone up. I think we're gonna have to split that burger.
Yeah, half a patty or a locust burger, World Economic Forum style. Maybe we can afford one of those.
All right, guys. Let's move on to the challenge number 2. This is actually very cool because it's a select the mystery coin. So once again, you'll be trading together. A coin will be, or at least a coin will be selected for you. And because we went with Marta first, we're going to go with Crypto Sniper for this challenge. So let's go ahead and take a look at what is going to be your desired currency, cryptocurrency. Surprise, surprise, Solana. That's going to be your baby right there, Crypto Sniper.
No problems. Right. Yeah.
So, because we're going to do this together, let's go ahead and flip the next coin. All right, so Crypto Sniper, you've got Solana and you like it?
I love it.
What did you just do there?
I just did this.
Say some hard. Say I can't even get that thing to work. All right, you got it. All right, so
Works for
you've
me.
got
True love.
Ripple. Yeah, you've got Ripple
True love.
and Solana. Let's go ahead and place the trades, and I'd like to go ahead and talk us through your process once again. Crypto Sniper, you can go ahead and start first.
Okay, well, I need to bring the chart up first to have a look at it. So Solana, while we're talking and I find the chart, I'm going to close that trade window and get that up, was one of the first to break in the new bull. And we usually advocate that early movers are best movers. We don't, and they tend to outperform. And that's actually been the case this bull market so far. That being said, it's also quite a high beta guy. So let me just show you the bull market so far. It's also quite a high beta guy. And when it decides to take a puke, it pukes hard as well. But this was the beginning structure of it for us and a major breakout point that we kind of missed, if I'm fair. And now we are where we are. So that's on a daily time frame. So overall, right now, I think we're seeing some exhaustion in its initial moves up. So a bit of what we call broadening structures ascending, and that was quite an unpleasant little descending triangle spill there. So you're getting a little rally, but you're still in this broadening structure. So it's quite a tough one because it's macro bull, it's medium time frame bull, but it's on the lower time frames, it's had quite a serious little puke. And as a result, I'm not too sure it's done. We also call this part of the price action very much rounding out. So it's had a hard spill from there. So there was a grind line in there, hard spill, and then it's now doing a bit of a rounded bottom. So I think it wants to base, but that's only a quarter pipe of a skater pipe. It's not the full half pipe yet. So I would want to buy below market. And look for upside if I'm holding for 5 days. That would be my overall. So just below on a wick, I still think there'll be another test to the downside and then test for upside. Is there any real targeting patterns here? I don't feel it just yet, but we'll see if I come up with something.
Okay, fantastic. And it looks like a little bit of a cup and handle situation there as well, with the market really creating that right handle and possibly looking for that, hopefully, big rally to the upside. Well, we're going to see. So let's just put it. So are you going to be buying the market at the moment right now?
I wouldn't buy at market. I'd look to buy below market on a little bit more low volatilities, catching the lower end. Generally, as a trading technique, we don't tend to. The successfulness of a trader is going to be determined by how many of these orders are limit orders versus market orders. If your ratio of market to limit orders is high, in other words, you're usually smashing the get me in button, you're probably failing. If you're getting in on key levels that are being taken out that you've pre-planned and adhered to, and even not there when they happen, you've probably got a decent chance of winning. And that's a philosophical comment for everyone to consume and disagree with or agree.
Yeah. So in today's contest, we are placing market orders. So today we're putting you on a spot again to put in a market order.
Okay, so if it needs to be a market order, which once again would not be something I would do, I'd probably say the 5 days will bail me out, but I'd expect to dip into the red with a long. So I'd be a buyer.
Buyer. Okay, fantastic. All right, Marta, break down your why you looking at the direction you are, and of course, what's your strategy around that.
I am definitely sharing the sentiment that Sniper has just explained. On the daily, or it looks like, it does want to go a bit lower, and even once I start digging, it confirms my theory. But on smaller time frames, on like a hourly, once we go into like 8 hour, you can see that chop. That's obviously reflective of what the market is doing right now or deciding. If I had a choice, I wouldn't be placing a market order here at all. It is something that I'm usually very mindful of. I'm being put on a spot, so it will have to be most likely along as well. But just give me 2 minutes here. Even if I could just place a limit order in around those levels here, I can see it retesting even as low as the 42 cents, and maybe then bouncing higher. It's just like, if you look at this, it's just a flat line, it's just a flat line. So again, my guess is as good as any.
Ripple used
Definitely.
to be a really good crypto to trade before they had any legal issues and then of course that unfolded. But it used to be a good crypto to trade right in the beginning stages. But then
100%, I agree. That's why a lot of love there, because it is a very good tradable asset. It has a usually very clean ranges, and you can extract a lot of money from it, just even only focusing on this alone. Now, because we are going with 20x, my stop loss has to be when I actually have time to properly plan, my stop losses can be even as small as 1% or even less when I'm using micro time frames. But here I am doing my best to get that money for the charity, guys. So look, we're going to try, obviously, get in the long and hope this is gonna wake below my stop loss. So market buy right now, Ripple to the upside.
Okay, so it's a buy.
It's a buy.
All righty. All right, let's get that order in, and I believe the team is going to go ahead and put that order.
And I seem to have lost my ability to place an order. Maybe I'll just, if you'll allow me to update on the chart, I've spotted something that might be interesting.
Okay.
If you can share screen as well. So something I tend to do, and as I say, this is not our time frame that we would operate on, but we have a unique setup, and I have a tool I've designed. It's an indicating tool for a particular setup. And on the low time frames, we are in a low time frame environment, and we have one of our favorite setups, which is what we call a volatility squeeze there. And it generates a target, which is a good takeout point. It's a stop, and that's your just-in-time entry, and that's your risk reward. I've got it all pre-calculated, and that would have been part of the trade. And it had overperformance after a pullback and then went around. But you're probably saying, why are you telling me all this? Well, the reason it's interesting is that since breaking the grind line, Solana here, which is the grind line, and the squeeze, which is a little bit of a rising wedge, forgive the alerts going off, they're all in the FX market. We've had a collapse, and then we've been slowly reducing, and we always talk about our funnels being areas of support. So since I've drawn this, it becomes far more clear what's going on. We bounced on the original funnel, and we've come back down. We've tested again, failed to run that stop. That's the stop loss for the original trade. Of course, you closed here, but it still remains a key level of significance. So this endorses our kind of methodology and theory. So now it's a question of, does the funnel stand in support, or is this just going to be a staging station before eventually it capitulates? So that's what I'm having to deal with, and I'm probably going to bias if Bitcoin's going to be going up. That's the other key part that I want to make mention for other traders is the God market is Bitcoin, and I started with Bitcoin, and my opinion is it's going to creep up. So staying consistent with the original Bitcoin long, I would appreciate if the guys would put me in at market on Solana now and a stop on that red line, and I will read the levels out to them. Stop loss 141.29 as per this red box, please. An entry at market. And I would look for a run up to in and around the other levels. Hopefully we can get an inverted head and shoulders. That would be a left. That would be a head. If we can get back up to these levels. So the target in this case would be, again, if the guys can do the order for me, because I seem to have lost that, 148.67. So 148.67 to the upside. The stop just below that wick there, they're happy to take 141.29 for the stop loss. And let's see if this can reverse off a legacy HVF funnel that is serving as support.
All right. Well, fantastic. Well, what we're going to do is take a look at the scoreboard and let's see if that order has been put in for you. if we can go ahead and just move to the scoreboard and take a look and see the details of the trades. And looks like we're currently in on trades, and up at the moment right now is, let's see here. How come I see 380? Metaverse, have you been trading off screen for a little bit there?
No, that should have been fixed.
Started
No.
with more money. It's genderism. I want to lodge my
Guys,
complaint.
I mean, finally, the cards have flipped.
Well, at the moment, right, ranking number 1 is Crypto Sniper. Down
The least
only
dirty
13.
shirt.
Yeah, there it is, $6. I think cash it in right now. Get that burger, my friend.
Do.
All right. So let's go ahead and move on. We're going to go ahead and take a look at a couple of questions from the audience. So let's go ahead and get a couple of questions from the audience. I certainly have some questions of my own, and I'm going to go ahead and start off with one question here. How long do you access or at least assess the long-term potential of Bitcoin and Ethereum in the current market landscape? Let's pose that question to MetaVerse right now.
Can you repeat this?
Sorry.
Gary, I am seriously gonna dislike. I'm gonna unfollow you on Twitter.
Swipe left.
Can you repeat the start of the question?
Yes. Okay. So the question is here: what do you assess to be the long-term potential for Bitcoin and Ethereum in the current market landscape? Basically,
Okay.
targets. Where do you anticipate the movement to be for Bitcoin from a high level view?
So for Bitcoin, I'm kind of leaning towards. I know everyone's screaming for millions. There was 100 million target somewhere. I'm a more conservative person. I usually, I think it resonates nearly in everything I say on social media. If you look at my timeline, I'm never a fan of crazy targets. So for Bitcoin, I'm looking in around 90 to maybe 100,000 target. Maybe we'll go a little bit over 100,000. But this is let's concentrate on this current market, on this current bull market. Whether we're going to have another bull market after this, I'm not sure. I've already also voiced my opinion about this. I think this might be our last one ever, as controversial as it may seem. I think we're on a very limited time when it comes to this high volatility and those incredibly crazy moves, parabolic moves that we're seeing right now. However, that does not exclude Bitcoin from actually increasing in value above 100K in future, especially when it gets, we're looking at the mass adoption and ETFs. This is a very scarce asset. It's being, used everywhere. And it is only natural for it to, with inflation of everything, to start increasing in value as well, with scarcity, how it works. But yeah, for this bull market for Bitcoin, I'm looking at about 100K thereabouts. For Ethereum, guys, would you believe I actually do not have a target?
Well, we haven't even broken through the highs of 2021, which is that 4,800. So we've got a lot of potential. I believe we've got a lot more potential for Bitcoin, for Ethereum than we have with Bitcoin. And there's a lot of people making a lot of money from these meme coins, obviously riding the back of Bitcoin and Ethereum. So Crypto Sniper, what do you think about meme coins? And people are making a lot of money on the meme coins. Is it something that you're venturing into, or you're more looking at the majors, as we call it?
Yeah, so meme coins are kind of like a joke that suddenly got taken seriously, and for which very little technical development is going on, more entertainment. That doesn't mean that one or two fabulous things might not happen if Elon Musk decides to take one of them and make them a X currency of some form. But in terms of, is it a serious technical development? for future use cases, no, memes are jokes, essentially. So I treat them as such. So that's my take on meme coins. However, we are technical chart patterns, and we will trade anything that has, if it has the right heartbeat that throws up an HVF structure, we will trade it. And that's why I have the design tool to do exactly that. And so will our community shortly. So we trade technically, and the technicals are the driver. Entry, stop, take profit. All are determined prior, and usually we are triggered in. Often we might not even be at the desk. So that's our methodology. So meme coins, no. Bitcoin, I'm delighted to actually for once have a target that's slightly higher than anybody else, because I'm very much like Martha. I think there's a little bit of Max Kaiser effect when it comes to Bitcoin, and you don't even have to justify how something becomes worth $1 million. They haven't even calculated what the market cap of the token will be when they say that. So without a technical target, I won't give a number on Bitcoin. And the only technical target we've come up with is on a inverted head and shoulder, which following the bull market pullback, which I need a bit of a bigger time frame to show. And we've managed on our most bullish moment to find, and I'll draw it for you, 145,000. So I'm actually usually the lowest guy in the room, and I think Martha's very sensible with her general disposition. There's too much giddiness, and I'm usually the low baller guy. But this is the structure we like. It's kind of falls into our doctrine of non-standard head and shoulders. This was a very seminal neckline for that head and shoulder over there. There was a left, a head, and this was the reversal of the bull market. Even though you went higher, there was another head and shoulder as well. So this key level in and around 47.5 was very significant. And we call a left shoulder on that and a right shoulder there. They're tiny shoulders, and it's a complex structure. It's not a typical textbook head and shoulder, but that projected up is the only existing target that I have for Bitcoin beyond 100K. But we still think we're early in the bull market, so we do expect that to be run as part of this bull market. So that does make me marginally more bullish than Marta, but I would not lose my head much beyond that, and I would certainly be reducing. If I can make one final comment before closing, most people get getting out wrong. They don't get being long in a bull market wrong. They generally get that bit right. They oversize and get flushed out on a simple pullback, or they don't get out. And so having targets and points where you retreat is a big learning I'd like everyone to take. Have a method, stick to it. And you feel FOMO when it continues, never mind. Walk out, you've done well. Don't be the last one to leave the nightclub. That's where all the brawls happen.
Yep, no, exactly. And I'm sure you've been in a few of those from experience.
No comment.
No comment. So I think, do you, Crypto Sniper, do you scalp a lot? And if you do scalp a lot, do you consider, the spread? Does it really help scalping in the crypto market, or is it better to be a midterm trader?
So following on from the meme coin comment, I definitely pursue liquidity, and our big theme for our community is integrity. So we won't put forward a token that's light volume. There's been a lot of pumpers and dumpers, insiders that have staked things up. I think you've got to have integrity, otherwise you don't last. We've been covering crypto since 2016, and we continue, and there's not a single scandal associated with us. We don't own anything and dump it on people. That's thin volume. So we talk mainly about the top 10. Occasionally top 15. In other words, it's virtually impossible for me to push any of that and offload on people things that wouldn't be the case. So when we share a view, which we do occasionally on our YouTube after our community has been served, we talk it and we tell it, and we tell our reasons why, so that people can learn about trading, and they can also see, and they see warts and all. We get it wrong, we get it right, they see it all. And we like high rewards, tight risk. So when we're wrong, it's over quickly. It's another statistic I'll just throw as a little learning there. The duration of your trades, your failed trades should be over very quickly, and your successful ones should be significantly longer in length. So take that with the market and the limit orders as an advisory. If you're doing that, you're doing great. If your winning trade holes are very short and your losing ones are very long, you're getting it the wrong way around. Asymmetric reward to tight risk.
Yep. And on that subject, I'm going to move with this question to Marta. Can you share a little bit of insight on your risk management strategies when trading crypto markets, especially during the periods of heightening volatility?
I'm actually surprised that myself and Crypto Sniper have a lot of similarities here. My strategy also revolves around very tight risk, very little stop loss, high reward. However, like I explained before, I concentrate on planning them ahead, focusing on higher time frames, making sure that my entries are really thought out, and losses are limited over quickly. And the next trade that I entering will cover the loss, and will then obviously produce a reward that will not only, like I said, cover the loss, but bring me the money. When market is very volatile, I prefer high time frame. When market is sleepy, we've experienced that. I tend to scalp a lot, and I will go even on minute charts. Money is there, with the strategy I use. Once you get your head around it, you can apply it to any time frame. Obviously, high time frames tend to bring a much better and higher rewards than low time frames.
So quickly, I'm listening to both of you right here. Does any one of you use the cost averaging approach specifically with the crypto market? Because with these, sometimes if we're in such a strong bull market, putting stop losses can only be a wash and rinse, and then the market takes off again. So using the cost averaging and saying, hey, like, and Crypto Sniper spoke about using limit orders as an entry point, using limit orders, but multiple limit orders to be able to position himself that if the market does correct itself for a period of time, that you take advantage of that correction by adding on to new positions and then waiting for that big rally. If you're so set on a big bull market, would that be approach that you use, Crypto Sniper?
So DCA, dollar cost averaging, which I think you referred to in the beginning, is a very good investing strategy, which is different to trading for me. And I would suggest that most people should start as investors before they start trading. You've got to earn your right to leverage. And DCA is a great way of establishing a foundation. So that's kind of meaning on a time frame, just buying in to Bitcoin or whatever, and just being an investor. It's obviously slower and more boring if you're a thrill seeker, but remember, if you want entertainment, you usually end up paying for it. So that's the first part of the question. I think you're also talking about multiple entries on a pullback in the crypto, if I've understood the question right. Jump in if you need to. And sizing is very, very important. And sometimes I ping on a market. I just tap it. It's almost like a guy listening to the boat where the crack in the steel is. I put a little bit on just so that I've got a reason to watch it, and it's tiny. It's almost insignificant. It's not the primary trade. If I think something's bottoming, so take that Solana, that sort of quarter pipe. If it were to continue bottoming, you could actually have a multitude of very small entries, and that way you can micro entry without overcommitting, as long as it continues to give you what you're expecting, and you treat any deviation from expectations as a kill. So all the micro entries will go. So if you're getting that rounded bottom and you're picking wicks on candles that keep getting bought back up on the funnel that I demonstrated earlier, you could add up to one lot with 10 entries, 5 entries, with using fractals of entries, and then have your sizing, and then it should continue to build on your way. However, if it goes wrong really early and you've only put 1 or 2 micro entries, you can give it a small amount of space, and then you can kill them both with very little cost. So that's how I'd describe breaking up lot sizing and how you could utilize it.
All right, well, fantastic. And I'm looking at the time. We do have some more time for some more questions, and I do want to go because there's some more questions that are coming up from our audience. So let me go back to Marty, and let's look at the question here from Demi. It looks like it is, for example, the question is, when you place a trade, what is your confirmation, what you're looking for before entering after the your level has been hit. So basically saying, when you're looking at a certain level to enter, what timeframes are you also reviewing as well before making that decision to get into that trade?
Okay. First of all, my main decision making is based, like I mentioned already, on high time frame. I will concentrate on finding levels that look the most appealing to whales that actually move the market in terms of returning to. And those are the points where I look to enter. I want to enter with the whales. I am not looking to enter with everybody else, where you know, a coin is already moving and everyone's screaming, you know, this is definitely going higher or it's going to much lower levels. I assess it from the other end. I have patience. I prefer to look at several different time frames, because it does start with high time frame, but I refine on a low time frame. Hence why many of my trades, even on a high time frame, have a very low stop loss. I try and refine as little as 3%, if not less, because even on a high time frame, I can enter with a nice leverage and then let it run for days or even weeks on end when it comes to leverage trading. What else is a confirmation is obviously market sentiment, and I suppose I think they're looking for like break down my strategy. It would take a long time for me to, you know, describe step by step. But if I see enough on a high time frame and then refine on a low time frame that the level makes sense, that's when that's when I refine. It doesn't mean that every entry or every level I find, when it hits, that's it. I do give myself like this margin of error that, you know, the range could be wider than I anticipated. If my level fails at the first go, I will assess, does it make sense for me to re-enter once more at a lower level at that range on a high time frame? And usually it does. We do have retests, we do have fake outs, where, you know, there's just that wick that was designed to, you know, get your stop loss out. Most of the time I allow for it, but look, I'm only human, and if I do re-enter, like I also previously explained, usually the second trade will cover the stop loss, my error from the first entry, and then produce the return.
Okay. Well, look, good. So it's definitely here a higher time frame, then moving down to a smaller time frame to confirm the entry point, but using the bigger time frame to really to understand where the whales are moving.
The direction, exactly.
Perfect. So you're using directional bias and large time frame for entry on the smaller time frame. Fantastic. All right, great. Well, last question before we move on to the last challenge of today, and that is for I'm going to do that. Crypto Sniper, here is a question for you. Within the 2024 timeframe, with the elections taking place at the moment right now here in the US, obviously it's a big thing right here. We're seeing a lot of things happening. What would be your boldest trading related prediction with regards to how you anticipate the crypto market in general going?
Yeah, it's a very good and macro type question, that. So there's a 4-year cycle on a number of things. There's a 4-year quantitative easing and quantitative tightening cycle. People might not have noticed, but 2008, 2012 was the beginning of QE 1s and 2s. 2016 was the Shanghai crisis in China, where they created debt for China after they created the heat post the subprime in the world economy. That then rolled on to 2020, which was, of course, the major event that everybody knows that won't be named. And then we're now in 2024. So there's a quantitative easing, quantitative tightening. Then that's been synchronized with an election cycle. So it's very convenient that when things go wrong, one president is just stepping down, and it's like at the fag end of my career, and the next guy goes, hey, it didn't happen on mine, and now I've got to clean the mess up. So there's sort of ambiguity of blame and who deals with it. And then, of course, there's coincidentally, they'll have you believe, Bitcoin happens to be synchronized in its halvening cycle for both those other cycles. So Bitcoin has typically gone parabolically up in an environment where the dollar is being proliferated. And too many people forget that even though we're talking crypto, you need to understand what the king fiat is doing, and that's the dollar. Yeah. And when the dollar's been strongly devalued due to proliferation, crypto's gone up. Last bull market was driven. There was 7 trillion pumped into the general economy. We're currently on an ETF institutional Bitcoin dominance period. People haven't noticed that Bitcoin have been the dominant, actually one of the earliest starters and the biggest runners. So what do I expect with that as backdrop? I expect turmoil this year, immense turmoil. And that's why I would say to people, don't forget that in 2019, Bitcoin dropped. It had gone as high as 14K, was in and around the 10, and it actually very volatile. And in a major macroeconomic environment, it actually spilt its guts. And that's why I also don't talk about just being mono Bitcoin. I'm not a Bitcoin maxi. I think you should have other investments that are less volatile and that'll hold you in better stead. And leverage traders get cleaned out on these big events. So I think there's an underpricing for extreme movements, not just to the upside. Despite talking about a 145 target, there could be some proper sell-offs. However, the institutions having got involved are less likely to panic sell and have the normal retail spill. So that might reduce the volatility somewhat, but be careful out there on sizing and not having stops. You'll be cleaned out. There's going to be chaos coming. I think there's going to be a fervor around the election. They want everyone in the left versus right paradigm, and that's going to be very volatile for all financials generally. So I see volatility, but in the longer run, any subsequent solution to any geopolitical event will probably end in quantitative easing, and that's the point you want to buy Bitcoin at the peak fear if we have another crashy type event, bank-related or other.
Yep. So if you're going to pick a side and stick on that side, be a buyer rather than a seller. I think seller's going to get swept out, and then we're going to get the buyers come back into the market again. So any dips in the market is a good place to go ahead and be back in the market with some strong bullish sentiment. All right.
Yeah, it's a macro bull for us, but there will be possibly big pullbacks.
Absolutely. All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on to challenge number 3. And this was probably one of your favorites, because what is it? It is the favorite crypto of 2024. We just spoke about that now. So what is going to be your favorite crypto to trade in for 2024? Let's go ahead and do a selection here. If I go, we're going to go, once again, I'm a gentleman. So Marta, I'm going to go ahead and let you choose what is going to be your favorite crypto to trade for 2024, or at least what is your 2024 favorite currency, cryptocurrency?
I did mention I don't have one, but I am going to pick dun dun dun.
What?
It does.
Coins. All right.
Well,
all right.
Look, it has to be the dog. It has to be the dog.
There we go. Pedro says, "Let's go." All right. Crypto Sniper, what is going to be your top dog for this, excuse the pun, for 2024?
Yeah, I'm not sure it happens 2024. I'm tied between two. There's I think it's quite an unpopular token because it was an exchange. It's initially born out of an exchange. That's BNB, Binance. It's also quite, I stay in the top 15, so I'm not looking for 5,000%. I think that's a fool's gold. You may get some, you may not, and you end up holding back. This one has shown relative strength against Bitcoin recently. That's a Binance setup. This is one of our setups that I've got drawn here. You can see right now it's trading up against Bitcoin. So that's showing relative strength. So the benchmark, if you're in crypto, should be Bitcoin. And we expect it to get up to this level. And there could even be a bit of overperformance. Why? Well, they've got a World Economic Forum guy in charge now. They threw out the original founder. I have a lot of suspicion about, what roles all of these things will play in our future. But given that this is not a moral statement. This is, I think it goes up from the chart. I think it goes up, and it's going to be one of the better performers in the top 10, top 15. I have a twin, which is a wild card entry, and that's the token that Marta was given on her unlucky draw there, the XRP. And XRP, I would say, there is a fundamental story that goes with that, but I'm trading it purely technically. But often what tends to happen is there's a fundamental story. Most people watching this will know that there's legals involved with the SEC, and I think that gets settled at some point. And we again have a macro. In fact, I might have drawn it over here for you. This is on quite a big time frame. It's a bi-monthly, so this is to capture a lot of history since it's been listed. It gave one of these squeezy Japanesey type events that was a major surge. That was 2017 into the 20K Bitcoin high move, and it was one of the early runners. Since then, it's in a very low vol, and it missed out on the previous bull here. It didn't make a new high because of those events. So it actually has half a bull market it already owes everybody, plus potential release of that pressure. People hate uncertainty. That's the fundamental story, but we're technical traders. We go long at this level. We have a stop at that level, and we have targets right up at $20, and there's a real blowout target of $123. Imagine that. That would be a super high market cap, so take it with a pinch of salt. But this would see it be very much being utilized, I expect, in the central bank digital token. So I wouldn't call it my friend, but I do think the world's going to bring what it brings, and I'd rather be a rich slave than a poor one.
Yep. So just to confirm, which one is it that you're going to be jumping onto, and what's the volume that's going to be traded?
So this is an investment call for part of the competition.
Yeah.
Is this going to be for 5 days, or is this a long hauler?
No, this is for 5 days. Tuesday is cut.
So then I would definitely choose Binance. This one will be taking a while longer over that. So bias for Binance to overperform Bitcoin.
So Binance volume traded?
Minimum volume. I don't practice oversizing because that's what you become. You practice good form. So
right.
if we're both right, Martha wins this time.
So 2% trade?
One lot, just a single lot, please.
Okay. Man, you've got some free money here, buddy. I mean...
All right, show us the P&Ls. How are we doing?
We're going to take a look at that in a minute right here. Let's go to Marta. Let's take a look at your trade.
Oh, well, you know what? I am actually torn. I am torn here with Dodge. I think it does have room to go lower, but will my stop loss cover that low to see it move? Because long term, Doge definitely has a lot of potential. It is 100% one meme that I think is worth having as a long-term investment. Many reasons. I think Mr. E is mainly the biggest one. It just has a massive community, and we know that community-driven tokens, it's one of the biggest means in crypto. So long term, it does have. Let me just zoom out even on a from here, going from this level here, like 50%, just a short term. Look how how it's actually shaping up. I like to look at even much higher. So for a month, there is a lot of liquidity left out here, boys and girls. So I would be looking at at least cover that to about 50%. Look, it is tricky one, because I can see it possibly coming down lower, but I'm put on a horrible spot here. So it has to be a long. It will be a long, and I am going to just cover it like a,
I'll go short.
Who's buying.
I'll go short. I'll take the other side of that trade.
No, see, no, that would be my exit here at about 18 cent, 18.5-ish. So yeah, let's do this. Let's go long and market buy for this profit.
So
That's
Crypto
where I'm.
Sniper, he would go short, but Marta says no, she's sticking with the long. She's going with the long. All right, fantastic. Well, that's fine.
Like I said earlier, I am torn. I am torn, but yeah, look, let's see. We're going into the weekend, and I don't know about America, but it is a long weekend here in Europe in some places. We'll see how how this pans out. Usually weekends have this volatility that not a lot of people take advantage of. So who knows? Maybe my stop losses don't hit. I went all in, guys. By the way, I went all in. This is for charity. This is not how I trade. I would totally be, very mindful of my sizing but if I'm to win, I better win big.
All right. Well, there you go. Go big or go home. That's the attitude right there. All right. Fantastic. Well, that's great, guys. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the leaderboard just before we go ahead and do the closing here. If we can pull up the leaderboard once again. And so far, it looks like I mean, your P&L is 0, but you're still in the lead there, Crypto Sniper.
You're still in the lead.
That's the most beautiful 0 I've ever seen.
Yeah, 2 years behind the dot. All right, so that's oh, there we go. It just slightly down, but you're still leading at the moment right now, ranked number 1. We'll see how it ends after the weekend. Remember, this is going to be on Tuesday. They will announce the winner on Tuesday. So I want to go ahead and use this time to say thank you, Crypto Sniper. Thank you, MartaVerse. Did I say it wrong again? Yeah, Martha.
You're doing this on purpose. No, he's still doing this on purpose.
I'm absolutely going to give up on this. But Martha, thank you very much for coming in. Thank you, Crypto Sniper. It's been absolutely awesome. Now, I want to go ahead and thank our audience as well. Thank you for tuning in today's live show.
Thanks, my peaches. Thank you.
There we go. We hope that everyone enjoyed the excitement of the challenges. I did. It was a different sort of format. I love the challenges. And hopefully you guys gained valuable insight from our talented participants. Don't forget to subscribe to the Trade Battle YouTube channel. Stay tuned and for updates from future episodes and exclusive content. Until next time, happy trading, and we will see you in the next episode. Thank you.